morning. This is call number 2006-53442 in the interest of Jonathan, Natalie, and Carmen Gill. All parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
Father.
Okay, you broke up. Please repeat.
Priscilla Cortez, and I'm their mother.
All right, sir, your name and your relationship to the children.
Carlos Gil, and I'm their father.
All right. And for the state?
Andrea Perard.
All right, we've got a original petition, suit affecting parent-child relationship. Among other matters, what are we doing today, Ms. Perard?
Your Honor, it is my understanding is that the father is requesting to have custody of the two children remaining on this case. There is one child, Jonathan has emancipated, Natalie has been previously established, and we have filed to establish and add Carmine to this case. And so at this point, my understanding is that Mr. Gill is requesting to be conservator or primary conservator of both Natalie and of which the mother is not in agreement to. Therefore, it appears this may be a custody dispute and the case may need to be referred to district court to be handled there.
All right, this matter is referred to the 247th District Court and the oral mediation is ordered. Anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor. May we be excused? Or
Yes, ma'am.
excused, okay.
All right.
Mr. Barrera is here. Maria, if you can put them all in a room just so they can, or two different rooms.
Are you handling the Blackwell matter, Ms. Berard?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, this cause number 2021-04477 in the interest of Kalia and Samaj Blackwell. All parties and witnesses, please unmute yourselves. Turn on your videos if you're on video and raise your right hands to be sworn. Unmute yourself, Ms. Jones. Mr. Blackwell, I can't see you.
Hello.
Yes, okay. Mr. Blackwell, okay.
Is it working?
Raise your right hands.
Showing on my screen, I don't even know how to do the Zoom.
Solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Mr. Blackwell? Mr. Blackwell, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You solemnly
Yeah,
swear
yes,
to
sir.
tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
Margaret Jones, and I am the mother.
Sir, your name and your relationship to the children,
My name is James Blackwell, and I'm the father.
and representing the state of Texas.
Andrea Perard.
And we've got an original petition, suit affecting parent-child relationship. What are we doing today?
Yes, Your Honor, we do have a contested hearing in regards to the child support amount. The parties are in agreement, but the state is not. I did want to put, we do have stipulations. I did also want to put on the record that the state is actually going to be submitting two different orders. As the child Kalia, we did receive negative DNA as to that child. So we are submitting an order sustaining challenge to the AOP, setting aside the AOP for Kalia since Mr. Blackwell is not that child's father. I wanted to bring that to the court's attention since we will only be addressing one child, Samaj, in this order.
Okay, let's proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Your Honor, the parties are in agreement to the following terms. The child Samaj, of which there was positive DNA. They are in agreement to being joint managing conservators with a geographic restriction to Harris and contiguous counties. They are in agreement to a standard possession order regarding possession and access. The mother will maintain government medical assistance for the child at a rate of $92 beginning March 1st of 2022. No retroactive child support is being requested. The issue before the court, Your Honor, is current child support amount.
All right, is that your understanding, Ms. Jones?
Yes, ma'am. I mean,
Is
yes,
that-
ma'am. I'm sorry.
Is that your understanding, Mr. Blackwell?
Yes, sir.
Okay, the only thing I can see is maybe the top of your car, I guess. Can you adjust your camera, please? Mr. Blackwell?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Uh, uh, you're frozen. I can't see
Hello?
you. I can't. Can you hear me?
Turn Wi-Fi, see if that work.
There you go. All right. Is this your agreement so far, Mr. Blackwell?
What was that?
The only issue that I'm going to decide is child support. Is that correct?
Yes, because we're trying to not only pay medical, but they say we have to pay
No.
child support too.
Okay, sir. So you're in agreement with everything else, just the child support that you're not in agreement with. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's proceed, Ms. Berard.
Thank you, thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Ms. Jones. Ma'am, in regards to the proposed child support amount, we have calculated what guideline support would be to be $340 per month. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And that is using Mr. Blackwell's income of $15.75 an hour, 30 hours a week. Is that your understanding?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you are requesting that there be no child support set in this case. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. He does for his children. The only issue was we had a disagreement and he filed child support. So that's why we're here.
So he has not always provided for his children or
No,
in this case when y'all got into
no,
it.
he's provided, he's been there since day one for them. I don't have no problem when it comes to him providing for his children. It's just, I guess he figured that he can handle the matter in court better. I
And
don't
how do you know
what
that
really
he's going
his
to
reasoning.
how do you know that he's going to continue to pay?
I only have his word right now.
Okay. And what would happen if his word, he stopped with his word? How would you provide for the children or child?
I never really thought of that. I provide just like how I provide for the rest of my our work to provide for my children. I don't.
And how old is Samaj?
Samaj is 3 now. He'll be 4 in August.
And how does when you say that he provides for the child, how does he physically and actually provide for the child? Does he give you money directly each month?
No. He don't give me money far as like meeting his needs. Like he don't give me money on my bills or anything, but far as like Samaj needs like clothes or whatever that I call him for, he'll come through. He'll make sure he have it.
Okay. So how often does he provide? Does he pay for clothes?
when as needed.
Pass as witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Blackwell, do you have any questions of Ms. Jones?
No, sir.
All right. Call your next witness, Ms. Berard.
State calls Mr. Blackwell. Sir, you agree that your income, your income is, you work at Amazon, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you make $15.75 an hour,
Yes, ma'am.
and you average 30 hours a week, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't have any other children besides this one, Samaj?
Kalia, that's it. But she's not my daughter, like, through DNA, but that's my daughter.
So you're biologically, you only have one biological child.
Yeah, I
So-
only have one biological child.
Okay. And so you agree that your child support proposed guideline would be $340. Is that correct?
You said I didn't agree to that.
There is no dispute that your income is what you just testified to, correct?
Yeah, that's my income.
And that your child support based on that income would be $340, correct?
That's what you all say.
Okay. And you're asking to pay zero, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you provide any direct support to the mother for the child?
If they need it, I can.
But do you?
You say direct support. What do you consider as direct?
Have you given her money each month for the child?
No, I didn't know I had to, but I thought just providing everything he needs was all right.
Okay. And what do you provide when you say you provide everything?
Like she told you, if he need clothes, I can provide it. If he need anything, I can provide it.
Okay. How much would you say you spend each month on the child for when you provide for the child?
I don't know. I don't calculate it.
So are you providing any for the child?
What you mean? Yes, I provide for my
How often
child.
does she ask you for something, sir?
What you mean? Like if she need clothes, I can provide that.
And how often in the last 3 years have you provided?
Often.
You don't understand?
I said often.
Often? How many?
It's not. Ma'am?
How many times have you bought the child clothes?
Too many times to count. I don't count.
I pass as witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Jones, do you have any questions for Mr. Blackwell?
No, sir.
Anything further, Ms. Berard?
Nothing further. State rests.
All right. Anything further, Mr. Blackwell?
No, sir.
Anything further, Ms. Jones?
No, sir.
Okay, the court orders the father to pay child support in the amount of $340 a month beginning March 1st, 2022. All other stipulations are approved.
Thank
And
you, Your
Ms. Jones, if you don't want that money, you can just give it back to him, okay?
I have a quick question on visitation. For visitation,
You'll have to talk you'll have to talk to Ms. Berard about that or somebody in the Attorney
Okay.
General's office, okay? Thank you.
okay, thank you.
Maria, if you could put them in 2 different rooms with Miss Guillory.
Have we got another case?
I think so, Judge. I was having another contested hearing come over. I don't know who is in the waiting room.
I'm here. I know that this is Andrea Eoff. Luis will be coming over shortly for a default and agreed order.
Oh,
Do
perfect.
we have a case number?
I can get it for you in just 1 second.
That one, Judge, is going to be 2021 22191.
Is that the Guerrero case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I will find out if my other people are coming while you're handling that.
All right.
Good morning, Judge.
Sworn in. You here on the Guerrero case, Mr. Regla?
Yes, Judge, the mother and the alleged father should be calling in any second now. It's a default as to the presumed father, and we're excluding him with DNA test.
All three people that are in the waiting room? Is that
Oh,
who?
I can't see the waiting room, but let me check. Yeah, okay, 937 and 319. These are my parties, if I can let them in.
Okay, who do we have? Guerrero and Valles? No?
Yes.
Yes, Judge.
Mario.
And Miss Marcela Valles.
All right, this is call number 2021-22191 in the interest of Delia and Angelo Guerrero. All parties and witnesses, please unmute yourselves and raise your right hand to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Valles, unmute yourself, please.
Ms. Valles, *6 to unmute yourself, please.
Yes, sir.
All right, do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the children.
Marcela Valles. I am the mother of Angelo and Zelia Guerrero.
All right, sir, your name and your relationship to the children.
Mario Guerrero. I'm the father.
And for the state,
Luis Regla.
we have a presumed father, Mr. Mayron Valles. He is not present.
Correct, Judge. He did sign the paternity testing order.
Okay, let me take a look at that.
Yes, Judge.
It appears that he did sign an order for parentage testing. And he was given further notice of this Zoom hearing by certified mail. Return receipt requested, which was not picked up evidently.
Correct, Judge.
Went
Results.
unclaimed.
Yes, Judge.
All right, we'll proceed by default.
Thank you, Judge. I'll offer the notice as Exhibit A and ask that it be admitted. And I'll offer the genetic testing results showing that he can be excluded as the biological father of Angelo in this case. And I ask that Exhibit B be admitted as well.
All right, Mr. Guerrero, do you have any objections to States Exhibit A and B being admitted into evidence?
No objection.
All right, Ms. Valles, do you have any objection?
No, sir.
All right, then States Exhibit A and B are admitted.
Thank you, Judge. The rest of the order is agreed to between the mother and the father. They're reconciled and are living together and have private health insurance through the father's employer going forward. And the father will be established as the biological father of Angela. They've agreed to all those terms and conditions, Judge? You want me to call the parties and prove that up?
Yes.
Ma'am, can you repeat your
Yes.
name for me one time, please?
Marcela Valles?
Okay, and did you hear my explanation to the judge of the agreement you've reached with Mr. Guerrero today and the state?
Yes, sir.
And is that in fact your agreement today?
I agree with everything.
Okay, and you're asking the court to approve this agreement and the default, removing
Yes, sir.
Brent Valles from this case, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And this is in your family's best interest?
Yes, this is in my family's best interest.
I pass this witness, Judge.
All right, Mr. Guerrero, do you have any questions of Ms. Valles?
No questions.
All right. Call your next
Aye.
witness.
Next, I'll call the father. Sir, your
Okay.
full name, please.
Mario Guerrero.
And did you also hear my
No.
explanation to the judge of the agreement that you've reached today with the state and with the mother?
Yes, sir. I agree and no objection.
All right, and you asked the court to approve this this default order,
Yes, sir.
and this is in your child's best interest as well. Is that correct?
Yes.
Judge, I pass the witness.
All right, the court will approve the order submitted. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge. Ms. Valles and Mr. Guerrero, you can hang up now.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hold on just a second. All right, who's handling the Rodriguez case?
Your Honor. Well, let me just make sure that that is, yes, Rodriguez and her name. I'm handling that.
All right, this call number 2021-52040 in the interest of Zia Rodriguez, all parties and witnesses, please raise your right hands to be sworn. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Hernandez?
Yes.
All right. Ma'am, please state your name and your relationship to the child.
Lorena Vasquez Hernandez. I'm her mother.
And sir, your name and your relationship to the child.
Christopher Rodriguez, her father.
And for the state.
Andrea Perard.
All right. And is Mr. Munoz involved in this case, Mr. Perard?
He is our child support officer who negotiated this, Your Honor. So he's just on standby for your ruling.
Okay. Raise your right hand to be sworn, Mr. Munoz. You solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. All right. Let's proceed. What are we doing today? We've got a petition to establish parent-child relationship. You're having a hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do we have any stipulations?
We do, Your Honor. Your Honor, the parties in agreement to the following terms. that Mr. Rodriguez, without DNA testing, is in agreement that he is the father of the child, Zia, and that he will be established for all purposes, and the child's surname will remain as Rodriguez. The parties will be joint managing conservators, with the mother designating the residence with a geographic restriction to Harris and contiguous counties. Parties are also in agreement to a standard possession order as it goes to possession and access. The mother has government medical assistance for the child, and their father will reimburse the state at a rate of, find that section on, a rate of $319 per month beginning March 1st of 2022.
Actually, Andrea, I think I might have needed to edit that. It was actually 179. I must have put the wrong number. It was 179 a month.
I apologize, Your Honor. So the parties in agreement to $169 for cash medical support beginning March 1st of 2022. No retroactive child support, medical support, or dental is requested. There is no disclosure finding in this case. So the only issue before the court, Your Honor, is what the child support amount will be. And I believe, Your Honor, for the record, it's simply their parties are requesting to deviate to 0 instead of guideline support.
All right, Mr. Rodriguez, so far, is this your agreement?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Hernandez, so far, is this your agreement?
Correct.
All right, then let's proceed.
Thank
On the
you, Your
issue of
Honor.
child support.
That's correct, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. The state would call, one second. The state would call Ms. Hernandez. Ms. Hernandez, in regards to current child support, you understand that we calculated a proposed guideline support to be $634 per month for the support of your child. Is that your understanding?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you have requested and you are wanting to deviate from the $634 to $0, have Mr. Rodriguez pay no court-ordered child support. Is that right?
That's correct.
And why are you requesting that?
We came to agreement on our own terms of what he was going to help with.
Okay. And how old is this child?
She is 3.
And how long have y'all been, have y'all ever resided together as a family unit since the child's birth?
At my parents' house, yes.
So how long have you and he been separated?
Oh, it's been a while now.
How often has he been providing support for the child when y'all were no longer living together as a family unit?
He always has.
Okay, and how has he provided that? Has he given you money directly each month?
Correct.
How much money has he given you directly?
$150 every 2 weeks.
So $300 a month?
Yes.
And how does he pay that? Does he pay that cash, check, Zelle?
Cash.
And what would happen if he stopped providing and paying you that each month? How would you provide for the child?
With my work.
Do you believe that he needs to be responsible for also providing for the child?
Yes, and he does that.
Okay. And how do you know that he's going to continue to provide for the child?
Because he does everything at the interest of her.
Okay. And what would happen if one day he decided that he had a new family or something of that nature and he was going to stop doing that?
Then we'll be back at court.
Exactly. So you'd be asking for a modification then?
Right.
Rather than just have a court ordered obligation now?
Yes.
Okay. I pass this witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Rodriguez, do you have any questions of Ms. Hernandez?
No, sir, I do not.
All right. Ms. Farad?
State calls Mr. Rodriguez. Sir, we calculated your gross income to be approximately $3,986.66. Is that correct?
Give or take. It depends on what you're going off of, yes, ma'am.
Okay. But per this calculation, do you agree that the proposed child support amount would have been $634? Is that right?
I assume so, yes. I didn't actually read that anywhere, but I mean, it financially makes sense, yes.
Okay. And you were asking to have no court-ordered child support set in this case. So basically child support set at 0. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. That's what we agreed upon.
And why are you requesting that?
Because I do my part as a father. Me and her have a very great relationship, and we have our own agreement.
And what is your agreement that you've agreed to?
Everything that I've been doing, being a father.
Okay. Are you providing direct financial support for the child?
Yes, ma'am.
And how much are you providing?
I give Lorena $150 every 2 weeks.
And how do you do that? Cash, check?
Cash.
And how is the court to know that you're going to continue to do that for the next 15 years of this child's life until the child?
Because that's my daughter. And
a lot of things can happen in the next 15 years, correct, sir?
I mean, correct, yeah, but that's my obligation as a father, and that's what I do. That's my.
So what is wrong with having a court-ordered obligation so that you get the child has consistent payments that mother can rely on to prove that you've been providing for the child? What is wrong with that?
Because me and her mother have the best interest for her, and we have agreed what we agreed on. I give her money, I buy clothes, I do different things. I'm there, I'm in the picture, I'm not gone.
And why do you think providing directly is in the best interest versus providing through a court order?
Because that's our child, and me and her mom have agreed on what we want, and we're flexible if we need to be.
And you are receiving government assistance in this case, correct, for the child?
Me?
The child is receiving government assistance from the state of Texas, correct?
I believe Medicaid, yes, ma'am.
Okay, I pass this witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Hernandez, do you have any questions of Mr. Rodriguez?
No.
All right, anything further, Ms. Berard?
Nothing further. State rest, Your Honor.
All right, court orders father to pay child support in the amount of $634 a month beginning March 1st, 2022. All other stipulations are approved. Ms. Hernandez, if you don't want that much money, you can give him back whatever you want out of that $634 a month. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May they be excused?
Yes.
Maria, if you could put them, you can put them all in. Let me make sure. If you can put them in all in one room with Mr. Munoz.
It looks like mom hung up.
On which one?
I put her in 6. I put Rodrigo in 6 so he can talk to her first, but I think she hung up.
NCP says he's not signing. What's my step?
Well, I mean, there's a hearing.
This is Brittany and another one.
Oh, okay. Well,
like is anyone else in here? Like,
no.
For 2. Like, have I lost my mind?
No.
Like, hold on.
Oh, there she is. She must have hung up. 6. Okay, nobody's feeling the love today.
They're feeling all the love and they want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt until guess what? Did you hear the lady when I said, and what's going to happen when he stops paying? Well, we'll come
back to court.
No. All right, I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back over there and see what's going on.
Okay, me too.
Okay.
Oh, Brittany, Andrea just left. Did you need something? Oh.